All right, man. Excuse me, fresh out the shower. Get myself together. I'm gonna need about an hour. I want to break down this video. I was watching this lady, the Crims and Cure, right? I was watching her video, and at the end of the day, this gave some insight to the bros about women and how they view attraction, right? Um, and she made a lot of sense here, right? Well, by our measure, it makes no sense, but she made it make sense. If that make any sense, because most things that women do and say, it makes no sense. So let's see if we get I'm trying to get the full view for y'all. So I don't know what's going on. Let me see. So whatever reason, I'm not getting a full view. Oh, let's X this out. Bam, there we go. So let's go.
Your version of attraction and women's version of attraction are different. Okay. When women are attracted to a man, his physical look is important, but it's not always number one. Okay. His physical looks is important up to the point where we feel like we would want to have sex with him. Okay. His other attributes culminate into his attractiveness and his sexy. Because a man that is not facially, we don't look for men to be, they ain't got to be pretty boys. We don't really be looking for pretty men, if that makes sense. Now, he don't got to be the monster from the Black Lagoon, but we don't need him to be pretty. But a man to a woman, a man's attractiveness is comprised of a couple of things. His physical look is one. So we're not going to completely discount that. His physical look is one, because you have to have some kind of physical attraction to this man. But his physical attraction can go up or down dramatically based upon his aura, the way he carry himself, how he show up in the world. Okay? To further elucidate this point, let's tackle the concept that women only want thugs. No. I'm going to tell you what women actually want. Now, there is a percentage of birds that do only want like gangbangers and thugs and prison dudes, and I'm not talking about them. We're gonna leave them out of the conversation at this point. For women, this is what we're looking for. We are looking for men who act like men, and men we feel safe with. That's what we want. When a woman tell you she don't want a soft dude, soft is not equated to whether or not he ever been to prison, or whether or not he was a street dude, or whether or not he was in a gang. Or that's not what soft is equated to. When we say, I don't want a soft man, what we mean is we don't want a man that presents in the world in such a way that other men feel that it would be easy to disrespect him or step to him. That's what we want. A man that carries himself in such a way where other men don't feel he's an easy target to them. We don't want to be with a man that other men don't respect his presence, or they would get in his face, or they would feel free to like talk to him any kind of way, or kind of do him any kind of way. We don't like being with men like that, because that whatever he's projecting has other men disrespecting him. And if other men disrespect him, he can't bring respect to me. They won't respect me because they don't respect the man that I'm with. If he can't protect him, he can't protect me. So we don't feel safe with that. Other dudes kind of punk you all the time. Like, you be getting punked. You may be a cool guy. You would treat me well. But women have an attraction to safety and security as much as we have an attraction to somebody's physical attributes. So when we are with, because like my first husband was not a thug. He wasn't no street dude. He had never been arrested. He had never been in no type of legal trouble or nothing. When I met him, he was working as the stock boy in the supermarket. That's what and this was 98, and he was making like $14 an hour, which was good in 98, right? So that's who he was. He wasn't no street dude, but he wasn't a punk. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't no gang dude or nothing like that. He nothing like that.
All right. So if you ain't, smelling what she cooking here, and I'm gonna tie it together and go a little bit deeper than what she further than, I'm not saying deeper, but further than where she went kind of ahead. They're basically telling you to them it's more an attraction with men. Some men who don't have, especially younger men, it's just about the titties, the ass, the face, and they're crack. It's something about her. She can be just average, but the way she carries herself makes her extraordinary. They don't look at that way. They look at dudes, through safety and security. Safety and security through finances. That's why she brought up the $14 an hour. Safety and security as far as her and how safe and secure she is, the woman is. And also from a standpoint of how the world respects them, how other guys rate them. That's why women want to see. Remember, with some women online going around, and this is a true thing. They want to see where you lay out in the hierarchy of your friend groups. And if you're not the leader, it turns them off. Or if you're the runt of the group, and for the most part, we don't look at friends groups like that. Ain't no leader. It's just that it might be one that's better at that hooping. It might be one that's better at, schoolwork. It may be one that's better at track and field. It may be one that's a hustler. He plugged in and he got the opportunities. We don't look at our friends group as a hierarchy. If it's somebody that leads best and always put us in the right position, if let's just say we traveling somewhere and he know how to get us on the city bus to where we need to be at for this thing, dog, that's it. We don't look at it how women look at it. It's no leaders. It's no whatever. It's not looked at like that. Right. It's just the way it is. Some people might look at, that's the leader. He may be the leader on the hoop team. And this guy might be the leader in the classroom, or this guy may be the lead hustler in the streets. We don't really look at it that way, how they will look at it, but they want to see how you revered and how you respected amongst other men. And this is why, when you get around other men, maybe she have a business thing going on, or how other men respect you is tied to how she sees you. Right. Not just, the safety, security, but, and I'm gonna go a little further than what she said. I'm not going to be too long winded here. She said something. She didn't mention this part, or I didn't get to that part, but also, and let me clarify this. She was married and her first husband passed. So let me clarify that. So yeah, but what happened to her? He passed away. So, blessings, rest in power to that brother. And she's from Chicago, but she don't live there no more. All right, just to kind of give y'all some context. And she's remarried too. But also a lot of women who have these standards, they still have to settle. A lot of women settle for the dude that don't have all these qualities. Real talk. This is why, before I get there, you can have a guy that treats a woman like an asshole and just treats her like this, that, and the third, but he's respectable Other people respect them. They can't run all over them. He check her. He put them in their place. That's why they like assholes. Or guys that seem like treat them bad. It's because most this is black women Pacific. Black women need to be put in their place. They love to be put in their place. They love to be, chastised, checked. And I really can't get to the way I really want to speak about this. They love to be put in their place. You know what I'm saying? And they respect that. That's like if you chastise your dog and he know his place. And then 5-10 seconds later, he happy again. You had to check him. If you don't check a black woman and you don't have a spine to check a black woman, the respect won't be there. It won't matter how many men respect you. That's just a fact. That's just what it is. But to go further, you see so many women marrying weak men. You see so many women marrying weak men because they had to settle. He might have the money. He might have the financial security. But you look and you don't like he can protect her. Now, most guys can gauge another respectable guy that might be a tough day at the tough day at the office if y'all had to squabble. And every once in a while you get it wrong. But we got a pretty much good gauge on the guy, looking at him. But then we have a really accurate gauge of the guy once we speak to him. And some guys that you might be looking, young nigga. So, but you talk to him, you're like, oh yeah, he fucking nigga up, or he respectable. We know that. And this is why in the matriarchy, and they call it the granocracy now. That's what they're saying it, but at this point it's a matriarchy. The black community, this is why they continue to pick bad motherfuckers, bad men, excuse my language, because ain't no man there to gauge them. Ain't no man to tell you that he a whole nigga. I remember I had a friend, his name was William, and we started hanging out because my dad would pay his mom to braid my hair, and I'd be over there all day. And we just started hanging out. My cousin, like, he a whole ass nigga. My cousin Rob was like, no, you can't. And he's like, you can't be around him. Like, get the hell up out of here. And I listened to my cousin. I couldn't be around. He was right. He seen something that I didn't see. So it just doesn't work for women. It works for the guys too, for your sons, your nephews, your little cousins. Men know other good men, right? And other respectable men. But a lot of these women, they settle for the money and the finance and the security, but they don't have the respect for the man. They don't have the protection with the man. That's what it is. A lot of women end up settling in the black community when they do get married. And if they don't get married, it's because the guy, he don't have the finances or the security, so they just don't beg for the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Some real thirsty women to bankroll the marriage, but that's just what it is, man. So hopefully she gave you some more clarity on it. Hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. Peace.